Excuse me. Playing for tactics is equivalent to starting a fight, and you don't want to start a fight when you have less firepower than the opponent. And you can see here by looking at the board that white is further developed than black. So therefore, just on principle alone, again, chess rules are made to be broken. But on principle alone, your first instinct should tell you that c4 is incorrect. Like your first instinct. Of course, everything has to be done with concrete calculation. But your first instinct is something is wrong with that move, because he's behind the development, and now he's trying to make these threats. So there should be some type of refutation or penalty that to pay for that. And Nakamura does. He takes, bishop takes c4, knight takes c4, check, so he gets the piece back, and now queen takes c4. And of course, now we see black's idea is to gain some time back on the queen after knight d7 and rook c8. So now queen a4 returns with a threat here, and more importantly, the pin against this piece. More tactics. Again, tactics from a player who's not equipped, not ready to start the fight. It's kind of like if you got 2 guys and then you go start a fight with 5 guys. Usually the 2 guys are going to lose. And that's what you have here. So black is going for fireworks without being prepared. Queen takes a7. Bishop d3. Knight bc3. So black's wasted a lot of time, and the problem still remains is white has these pawns in the center, and this is all indicative of starting a kingside attack as white has more space in that territory. So now the bishop moves again. I don't know how many times this bishop's moved already. It seems like a lot though, right? 3 or 4 times it seems like this bishop is moved. The f5 to the c2, then the d3. So Sutovsky is playing here now to trap the queen. As we can see, not only just protecting this pawn, but the white queen is short of squares, and after a move like rook a8, the queen will be trapped. So again, just like I said, your instinct should be telling you that such a move, right, such a circumstance of him getting his queen trapped, that tactic should not work. It's just simply, the chess gods have made this game such that when you move your bishop 4 times and just wasting all type of precious tempi in the opening, that you shouldn't have such good fortune of just simply trapping your opponent's queen like that, and that there has to be some type of move lurking in the mist to refute such a bold and ambitious idea, right? It's just too optimistic, right, for black to be thinking like this. And d5 is a killer move, because not only does it provide an escape for the queen, but it attacks at the same time, right? Black does not want to open his position, right? But what to do with these pawns menacing here in the center? Knight takes e5. So black again wastes more time moving another piece again. Now the threat being stronger than the execution. The threat being to take with this opposition on the queen. Again, moving the piece again. This is crazy because GM Sutovsky is almost 2,700, and he keeps moving the same pieces around in the opening a whole bunch of times and neglecting development against one of the most dangerous tacticians in history. This is amazing. This is incredible to me that he's playing like this. The black pieces. Of course, D takes E6. Bishop D6. Now this is correct because he sees that, hey, this is an emergency. It's time to get busy. But it's too late. Check. King is drawn out to the open. You don't want your king out in the open against Nakamura. He's not the one. Right? Queen to D4. Right? There's all type of issues now because if the knight moves from D3, then the bishop is going to fall. On D6. Rook E8. Check, of course. We don't want the king escaping, right? That's not happening. King F8. Queen F5. King G8. So now, even though black is a few pawns down, he's feeling relieved because he's gotten the king out of the way of immediate danger. And he's caught up in development somewhat. But now Nakamura starts the decisive campaign. Queen C7. There's a check again. King goes into the corner. Nice move. Rook takes D3. Getting rid of the knight. What's the idea here? Right? Right? two pieces for the rook is not a bad exchange there. That's the idea. Check. So Sutovsky takes. King goes H1. And now bishop C4 is played. And Naka simply offers the exchange of queens here. Idea being if queen takes, rook takes, and let's say bishop E5, right? Getting the bishop out of there. And just simply rook a D1. And somebody is missing a minor piece. And that would be black. He's just lost. He's down one pawn and a piece. So H6 is played instead of exchanging the queens. G3. Now this guy is, he has to take one for the team. So H takes G5. Queen takes C7. Rook takes C7. And Nakamura calmly moves his rook down to D2. And asks Sutovsky, well, how are you going to, preserve your piece? Rook F7. Knight D4 by Nakamura, allowing the rook on D2 to protect F2. This bishop is doomed. And he just resigned after that. Nice short miniature there by GM Nakamura. And suspicious play from black there. A lot of moving with the same pieces. It seemed like that bishop and knight were moving a lot in this game, and it just seemed uncharacteristic to be doing all of that. I think he just was not expecting E4 in the Queen's Gambit accepted from Nakamura. Maybe that threw him off. But if you play Queen's Gambit accepted, I mean E4 is definitely the most primitive move that you should expect. So I don't know what happened there, but Nakamura played a good logical game. I mean, he just took the center and he put black under pressure as he should, and then black just kept moving the same pieces around, and of course he lagged in development, and basically he was trying to start a fight without being without being in a position and equipped to be able to fight effectively. It's just a simple game of numbers. If you have more pieces than your opponent, and he's in a position, he starts a fight with you, odds are you're gonna win. You know, so simple as that. And that's basically what happened in this game. So that's my take on that. So I'll see you guys on the next video, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.